Sounds good.
Someone said enough with this cosmic voodoo. Very much so believe it these days. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Freaking beautiful. Welcome one and all to episode 43 of Peace Talk. I hate to make this intro longer, but if you remember when we were gonna do that first weekly peace report and it started to glitch a little bit and I couldn't get on, but we made it work. This is gonna be a very special episode because I don't always have more than one person here, and you'll see why. This is pretty high profile, if I may say so myself. I'd like to introduce the Spies girls. How are you doing?
Hey, everybody. Hey, Michael. Mike. What does your mother call you? I just want to call you Mikey Mike.
What do you prefer to be called?
I just felt this wave of joy and love.
That's what we do.
We knock people over. That's what we do. Get out our way. We're coming through.
What do you like to be called? What's your favorite?
I like Mike. It's nice and simple. Do you see the positivity? This is what they try to interfere. I would just be like DJ Khaled. They don't want us to win, but for those who of course need introducing, what are your names?
Oh, I'm Sydney.
And I'm Mama Mickey.
My mother.
This is my baby girl. We're the Spies girls. We're life coaches, spiritual life coaches. And astrology is a big piece of what we infuse into our coaching. Most life coaches don't have a clue about astrology, and they're missing out on one of the most important pieces to help people find their calling, if you will.
We call ourselves spiritual caregivers.
Oh, y'all got it. Y'all got it for sure. As a Gemini, I'm just loving this right now. For those who are curious, what are your sun, moon, and risings?
Okay, I'm a Libra.
Can't you tell by the beauty?
Yes, and the dimple.
It just pours out of her. Libra beauty.
I have a Cancer moon.
Hello, exalted.
Cancer moon.
It's so nice.
With a Aries rising. I love my Aries rising. It's hilarious. I push people, I pinch people, I grab, I walk fast. I can't help it.
Raising a daughter, I wish that every parent knew astrology raising their kids, because honestly, that rising sign is so evident. Well, she was the fastest, the best sprinter, the best tree climber, super athletic. She always had a baby in her arms, Cancer moon, and she always captivated people, really took their breath away. Your daughter is the most beautiful thing I ever saw. And so she kind of became a little shy because everybody was always amazed by her. Just, that's kind of quite the
charm.
Yeah. And
And
she's a Leo.
I'm a Leo.
She's a fierce fire Leo. She loves her hair.
Stop.
And our charts mirror each other a lot in similar ways. She has an Aries moon with a Cancer rising.
So we understand the energy.
There's a lot more than that, but our charts mirror each other. We're twin souls. We're soulmates. We read each other's minds. We talk to each other. I tell her things all the time in my mind. It's crazy. With what you experienced, we affect technology and electricity, and we just can't.
We had to undo all of these light bulbs in this huge row in our house because they would just vibrate every time we
turned them off, and they were still just.
I had to take a big ladder and take those motherfuckers out of the socket because it is crazy. So
I'll tell you just a little bit again about who I am. I'm famous for being too sexy for my yearbook. I don't know if you remember, Mike, but a few years ago.
He's gonna Google that shit right now.
sexy yearbook photo with a yellow skirt and like a scarf wrapped around, kind of walking up some stairs.
She broke we went on the Today Show. She broke the Today Show's online poll record. Not Angelina Jolie, not, I don't know, not Kim Kardashian. Sydney Spies broke the Today Show online poll record. So
that's some of my history. Yeah.
And this is why we started our business.
It is. That's how we started. We were electrocuted with the energy, the vibration of the world, especially America, because it was such a huge story. We were like, America is a mess. It's a mess. Why is everyone, I got a lot of hate.
A lot of hate.
Being this independent, strong 18-year-old woman owning her sexuality. People hated it. They hated it. They hated it. So, and then they hated my mom for supporting me.
They called me the world's worst mom.
We both manifested this experience.
Yes, it was intense, dude. It was the most intense experience of my life. Millions of blogs have been written about us. We had so much energy coming toward us that the cops actually showed up at a house party.
We got arrested together.
Yeah.
I laugh about it now. It wasn't funny at the time, but it is now. I know.
It has been quite a whirlwind.
Now I know I got this interference, and way more so.
We've had a lot of experiences. I'll tell you, one of my favorite experiences is being arrested. I know that sounds insane.
I don't know if I've ever heard you say that before.
As a white, middle-aged woman, to be manhandled by the police was, I wish every white person in America could experience it. I mean, really, seriously, because we felt very targeted during that period of our time and of our life. And so, for us, we feel so passionate about improving and elevating the energetic vibration of the world that everything that we do, everything that we dedicate ourselves to, every book that we write, every product that we put out, every person that we coach, it's like, let's elevate. If we all elevate our vibrations, the world is just going, it's going to be so sexy. So that's why we're passionate about it, because we really saw the dark side of people. We saw the evil, the jealousy, judgment. You dark as emotions. A mama, there's some of the words and the things that were coming out about this child, and I had death threats. So
I got passionate. Get up, where's your stripper pole? You should just do porn, go to Playboy. I was like, oh, well, maybe someday.
Her Libra protected her.
It did. It didn't affect me the same way. I was like, well, these people, they don't matter. Their opinions don't matter. I can see that they're low in their energy. They don't understand why a woman my age, when I was 18 at the time, would want to choose something so sexy to put in her school yearbook.
Who wouldn't? If I look like that, at that age and had that kind of confidence, why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
So that's kind of our background and how we started our business and some of the crazy stuff that
I raised a very, very, well, I don't know, magnificent woman. She's magnificent. I call her the world's most beautiful woman. I really believe she is.
I don't think you guys know, like, you got the live chat jumping right now. Like, they love you. And
hi, everybody.
Yeah.
We love you too. We're huge Magic Mike and Peace Stealer fans.
Absolutely. We're obsessed with you right now. We are. Yeah.
I'm in love with y'all. I'm in love with both of y'all right now. Like, I'm starstruck. Like, for the first 20 minutes, you've just been expanding light and love. And of course, one thing I love about both of you is it's something that I can really appreciate seeing now, like seeing, and you've said it already, but like seeing Sydney, your mom, like actually supporting your whole spiritual journey and coaching you between them.
Absolutely. She is my coach. She is my life coach.
Mentoring her is the highlight of my life. You know, everything. Teaching her how to do taxes, showing her how to, you know, work a room, although I can learn from her.
She's always been so supportive. Ever since I was like 14, I could go to her and say, you know, I want to get on birth control now for high school.
She was 16, everybody knows.
But I could talk to her about anything. So, you know, if she wasn't like this open, if she was like a judgmental mom and a controlling mom and you have to, you know, go through school and do this, it would not be the same. But she's not at all. Like, she's the most open-minded person that I know.
It's my philosophy, my opinion, my deep-seated passionate belief that every parent, instead of being a parent, should be a guru and a guide and not a dictator.
Yeah.
We think children can teach us so much more than adults can. Adults just put their, you know, dogma and their beliefs all over children when they come here all pure, and if they experienced it without any interference, they could teach us more than we would ever know.
Absolutely. I mean, you see, one thing about my guests, they're very wise. I always try and trap people. I'll be like, hey, can I read your chart? But they're like, no, you don't want the information out. So
no, I was guessing. What are they?
I couldn't get the. I wanted to put y'all in the hot seat, but you know, y'all got me. But one thing, if you don't mind, am I revealing? I know you have your South Node in Gemini, and I have my South Node in Leo. So I totally feel that, like, I don't want to say past life, but karmic connections. Miki, I feel like in a lot of ways, because Leo is my 4th house, like, you are the mother that I never had, but would have actually understood me in a certain way. So, like, it's definitely inspiring. I'm very grateful for that.
Aww.
That's so sweet.
I love being a mother. I love being a mother to all young people. We did have some very good feedback and people reaching out to us that were very kind. A lot of people said, I wish my mother supported me through all of the things that I wanted to do when I was young, and I admire your relationship. So we did have, but it was not the majority.
Yeah, 30% were really
well. If you think about it, America is what, 70%, 75% Christian.
Still,
so
oh my gosh!
Much more conservative than you think. We're still, us spiritual people that understand that the Bible is just full of brilliant astrological allegories. I used to be an evangelical, tongue-speaking, straight evangelical or evangelist and pastor.
She did. Both of my parents were pastors growing up. I'm so lucky that my chart allowed me to be like, wait, what? You think that these Bible stories are true? You think you're taking them literally? No.
Even as a child,
I hated the judgment and the controlling. I was like, this is not for me. This is not right. Thankfully, she was able to come out of it.
I came out of it. I was a hippie kid. I was born, you know, under that whole hippie influence. My parents were only 17 and 18 when they had me. So I had very little programming. Most people have a shitload of programming they had to overcome. I had practically none. So I had a lot of advantages in that. And when I was young, I used to think, God, I wish my parents would have prepared me better. I feel so ill prepared in so many different ways to take on the world. But later I came to realize what a gift that was, a true gift. So when I became a Christian at age 26 or so, it was just a new experience. And God, I'm glad I had that one too, because I've read the Bible hundreds of times. I used to write Bible studies, and I led a preaching team. We were obnoxious.
We have crazy life stories. We do.
And if you guys watch my channel, for those live in the chat, you know I'm loving this right now, because I speak a lot about the age of Aquarius and how Leo is the lead role and Libra is a supporting role. Like they're the stars of the movie, and you
I
see
couldn't do it without her.
so it's like we're seeing this right now. Even the story of you all going viral and whatnot, like it's and the themes brought up as far as like, you know, gaining back more respect with shedding patriarchy and bringing up divine feminine themes. How do you like embrace this new age energy? I mean, you've answered this already, but like what moving forward is your yeah.
Well, I can speak almost for humanity. I think that one of the most important things we can do is to move away from dogma, move away from these restrictions that were put around us. Even I think of like college. You know, I didn't go to college. I wanted to get out of the school system as fast as I could. But it's just they teach you only certain things, and then you come out of it thinking that you know everything. And this is not true for everyone. I know there are a lot of people that have gone to college that this is not true for. But there are a lot of people that come out and then they, you know, they just go to work afterwards, and then they have a family and they have children, and then they teach their children Christianity. And I think that's going to completely go away. And another thing, another movement that I think is the most beautiful movement of our time right now is veganism. So I think that is a really important part of our mission, just a healthy living. People don't know how to cook for themselves anymore. Mm-hmm. They don't know how to shop for themselves.
Did you know 75% of American men are fat? 69% of American women. So people they can't take care of themselves. They don't know how. And when you don't feel good about yourself, what happens? You get mean, you get sad, you get depressed, you take things out on other people. We have to really lean into the fullness of our potential. If we want to change the world, we got to shit together.
Another thing about Aquarian, we kind of got a little off track, but with Aquarian, they really, you know, it's about other groups, bringing groups together, yes, but they also really, really love themselves. You know, they have a God-like complex about them, which is a good thing. You know, it's a good thing. Everyone should have that. Everyone needs to think of themselves as a god and love themselves completely. So I think that's kind of happening with this Aquarian age, and this is obviously we embrace all of this. Does that answer your question?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm still starstruck right now, but yeah, thank you so much. We'll see you next episode of Peace Knowledge Show.
Oh, okay.
He is the cutest thing.
So
the cutest thing.
Smile.
So you were always vegan, right? So how?
No, we actually only became vegan when we moved to Holland. So, you know, we've been vegan for over 2 years.
We kept getting convicted. Here's the thing. Let me break it down for you all. Everything is energy, right? Can we agree to that? Absolutely everything is energy. So we have 150 billion animals. Let me repeat that. 150 billion animals every year. 150 billion animals every year that are being tortured. Okay? Don't you think that affects the energetic vibration of the world? So as soon as we can come out and realize that every action, if we pay to have animals tortured, our own world, right? And now we know that all processed meats cause cancer, unequivocally proven by whatever the most recent study, the World Health Organization. So that's everything. That's your bacon that you've always asked about. You know, it causes cancer. You know, the Bible talks about not eating that stuff. You know, these ancient scriptures talk about certain things that you really you should stay away from. There's wisdom. There's wisdom there. You know, pepperoni, jerky, all this stuff causes cancer. Red meat, anything with 4 legs, probably causes cancer, they say. So for people who are doing these walks and what have you, the answer is so obvious. It's just our programming. Every child that you've ever met in your life, if you told them that, oh, you know, you're eating the dead cow,
it's gonna cry and be really, really, really upset.
So it's something to stay open to. If you're not vegan, you know, and militant vegan people, we need to knock it the hell off. You know, if you are a vegan and you're like, you need to become a vegan, you know, stop being an asshole. Just educate somebody, tell them what you think, and then leave it. And if they decide that they want to go down that road, great. If they don't, you know what, you did your part, but stop being an asshole. So it is in our curriculum, our life coaching curriculum, it is an important thing for us just to educate people about.
I can't tell you how it opened our minds becoming a vegan. First of all, when we moved to Holland, we left everything behind. We sold our cars. We gave
everything away. I had a huge art collection. Gave it all away. Fiesta-ware dishes, beautiful dishes.
So we came here with nothing but clothes. You know, we didn't even have a foreign bank account.
We did what Jesus said.
We've never been to this side of the world before.
Sell everything, and
so we sold everything
and then followed us. We followed ourselves.
We came to this outside space, this foreign land, away from the States. You know, also one of the best things we could have done.
Hid ourselves in a country, and
we don't know the language.
Ourselves to.
So we don't hear mindless conversations, which we actually like, not knowing the language, because we don't want to hear you talking about, you know, your stupid shit. And we don't watch TV, we don't listen to radio, so we're very removed in that way. And then one of the first things we did was become a vegan. And this is how we became these spiritual powerhouses. So that was one of the steps.
This is why the electricity goes nuts.
Yeah.
Sometimes it hasn't so far when we've been talking. But yeah, we're pretty passionate about that. Have you considered it yet?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very stubborn, so I already know it works. I'm going through my own personal 6th house transit now. So these things are becoming more of a necessity. Like just the other day, I had to like ask myself about my nutrition and like what I was gonna eat. So I don't normally eat because I guess with these collective shifts, like I'm able to like chill off the energy more, but I do binge eat, and it's really enlightened me to the fact that I eat so much junk that it's really getting in the way of my psychic antenna. Like I have
I think you could probably fly if you were a vegan. I bet you could fly.
Yeah. Oh, literally.
I swear to God. Literally. I swear. Yeah, this man. What's going on?
Now you're giving me more incentive to
I'm telling you, when you go to the grocery store, just act like the boss. All right, just be the boss. Just get all the stuff, all the vegetables, all the fruit. Go get some beans. Get some almond milk. Get some nuts.
Yeah, we don't get very much rice or anything, or bread. We rarely get any of that. Mostly
pasta.
Mostly just vegetables. I eat tomatoes for a snack, or with hummus or something, but I just love tomatoes. You can binge eat tomatoes.
We'll come out with a product soon that's just, it'll be affordable, and it'll show us what we shop for, how we cook, a ton of meal ideas.
I'm looking for meal.
I'm 120 pounds and I'm 49 years old. All right. So I'm doing good, baby. I don't have to worry about any of my weight issues. The older you get, the heavier you become if you continue to eat all the crap, and the milk and the dairy and butter and all that stuff. We're just torturing the animals, and you're just hurting yourself.
And it's just an addiction. And if you are addicted to some of these, meat and dairy products, vegans, we have substitutes for that. We don't really like it. We don't like anything related to meat now. We've kind of, it kind of disgusts us now. Foods that are just as good.
Vegan tacos. Just make vegan tacos.
Yeah,
make a big vegan rice bowl. If you have those two things, couscous with a ton of vegetables.
We
just
could
start there. We'll help
gain
you.
weight if we try.
Well, yeah, it's important because I'm starting to look for meal plans to make so like I could work out and everything. I mean, I'm kind of, so you guys don't have a dark side as a Gemini. I mean, we all have a dark side, but you know, you guys are Geminis with like an evil twin. So like, I will try and eat healthy, and then I pass by like the worst food place, and my dark side's like, it's time to eat some junk. Like,
you know what? It is.
Eat some junk.
It is harder in America because you have billboards.
Oh.
Your programming, your advertising is in your face. Here in Europe, we don't have that. It's just brick buildings. You never see golden arches anywhere or any of that stuff. You don't see it anywhere. And we're packed in. So you take trains, you're not on highways seeing those kinds of things. So it's very different. So you can clear your mind. It's amazing to us how programmed, you know, how much information was coming. Eat this stuff that's terrible for you. You have to really, like, you have to become really strong and powerful in order to reject that kind of thing. I feel your pain. Chick-fil-A used to be my friend.
I've always felt the drawing to leave when the time is right too, for the same reasons. But I felt I kind of felt sad because I had gotten a hot dog that I normally love, and then I ate it, and I could feel like my body like, oh, this is nasty.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Like, we got to be, we as spiritual leaders, and everybody that's listening to your channel is a spiritual leader, no question. They're one of the great spiritual leaders of our time. If they're tuning into you, they are.
Amen.
It's true. It's everything that you can do to improve. You know, we got to keep saying, well, what else? What, you know, my mind is always open. I'm never going to fight somebody's idea.
She's never the same person that she was yesterday.
I forget who I am every damn day.
She said that to me. I don't even know who I am anymore because she just keeps learning and growing. And veganism was a huge part of opening that up for us.
My cells every day feel like they're dancing. I can just, yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, so we went on our vegan rant. Give us something else.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you mentioned certain things about the advertisements. That's one thing I love about y'all. Like, you're very tuned in, aware, like awake to the BS that is being introduced. So I especially being a Libra and a Leo, like, these are, well, first of all, who isn't jealous of Leo and Libra? Like, who isn't jealous of those two, especially?
The Aquarian. The Aquarian sits across the zodiac from me, and the Aquarian's like, bitch, your light is so bright. I'm just pouring my water out on you. That's what the Aquarian does. If I'm in a room with an Aquarian, they really do want to.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
that's the harshest opposition. I do. I think that's the.
We've looked at them all. I think that is the harshest.
Because me and Aries, you know, we're good.
Oh, the Leo's powerful. The Leo's forceful. They're playful. And the Aquarian wants everybody to sort of be in sync. And so if Leo starts pushing to lead, like we naturally do, Aquarian's like, hey, yo, could you just tone it down?
It's like
and then they throw their water on me.
It's like a cranky person who, like, Leo will just, my Capricorn moon feels it. So Leo will just be like so full of love, and my Gemini's like, yay! My Capricorn moon's like, too positive.
You're ruled by
Saturn.
Satan.
Yeah, it's real. It's
Satan.
real. It feels like that too. Like, oh, like, get this love away from me. Yeah, I don't even want to spiritual it, like, straight out. But
oh my God. That's
one thing I wanted to segue the question to is, what do you feel about the cultural programming? I mean, not what you feel about it, but you're clearly doing something about it. Like, you left on your adventure and journey. So how could you speak on the programming through the music that they brainwash us culturally through, and the advertisements and the shows and the movies? Like, how are these groups infiltrating and busting these systems like you guys doing?
You know, I think that it's less almost of the music and the movie industry. Oh no, did we lose?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Your
Yeah.
face went away.
Yeah, it's the camera.
Okay. I think it's less the music. You know, there's some bad music and there's some bad movies for sure. But some movies are, you know,
Really?
putting some really good stuff in there.
Truth.
That's hidden. That's so hidden. Like the Hunger Games, you know, people don't take that literally, which it, you know, there's lessons in there. But I think more of what we're passionate about that we believe is the worst programming: religion, schools, and politics. We stay away from politics. What?
We don't vote.
Politics for sure.
I've voted on both sides.
I've never voted.
Oh.
I only had a couple chances.
I forgot to tell you, for the third time in a row, 2 days ago, I dropped out of college. I feel so congrats.
For the third time in a row, 2 days in a row.
Do you have debt? Do you have student debt?
Not too much. I mean, I'm gonna just be real. My North Node's in Aquarius, so I went to school so I could meet people instead of to graduate. That's kind of where I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make certain connections, and then I kind of and then my North Node in Aquarius was like, you know, you don't need college.
Well, I heard you saying that you were studying marketing, and for somebody like you could run circles around people if you dedicated all of your time to marketing your business. Anybody that graduates with a degree, with a master's degree, you're going to be able to run circles around them. College really is only necessary if you have your heart set on a career that requires a degree.
Like medicine or like law, something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the student debt, you know, what happens is you leave and then you have this debt, and you have to start a job, and you have this enormous pressure on you, and you never get a chance to travel and stay free. Yeah, I'm a big believer, you know, obviously my daughter and I, Sydney and I, went into business together. You know, stay in a safe environment for as long as possible as a young person and build your business up. Dedicate yourself to yourself. Keep your expenses really low. Don't be buying a home or a car. Those are not really investments. You know, invest in your business, invest in yourself, and be fierce about it. And you know, I gotta say, sometimes spiritual people have this thing against money. Well, guess what? This is the environment that we're in. You as a spiritual person, you as a spiritual leader have an obligation to be successful and lead the world into this transition that we're going into. You want other people to lead, or do you want to lead? If you want to be the leader, you got to make money, and you have an obligation, a duty to be successful, to make the world a better place, to make the world what you want it to be, to progress your soul. You know, it's all about that, right? It's all about soul expansion. If sitting in a classroom, if you're like, God damn it, I hate this. I hate studying for the test. I hate being here every day. I'm paying these people to teach me stuff I already know. Get out. There is no shame in that. And Mikey Mike, I want to tell you, if that's what you want, if you don't want to be in school, good on you.
Yeah, I was going to ask, are you happy about your decision?
Oh, absolutely. I have my free time to focus on what I do. And like we all acknowledge, like college, if you use it right, it's good, and the stuff that I would have learned I could have made work for me, but like deep in my heart I already knew it wasn't, and I was doing it so that I wouldn't disappoint my mom, which is like another horrible reason to do something.
Right, it is.
Yeah, but I'm free. I feel so free. Like,
oh, good. I hated school all growing up, especially high school. I got in so much trouble. I ditched so many classes, maybe half.
Me
per
too.
two.
I'm gonna homeschool my kids if I ever had kids.
I'm going to too, in the right way.
I loved it. We are
with spiritual practice, you know, studying astrology.
We already call her kids
I know, it's so funny.
When you have our kids,
we're the same person we are. We literally will tell each other, we'll speak to each other through our minds. It's amazing. Oh, but I forgot your question. Okay, so with the music industry, I think, some of it's really good. Some of it's like, yeah, I'm a badass or whatever. Obviously, that's not
it can
a
build
song.
a person's self-esteem. Some of those
saying
things
I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best is actually a good thing. We really
but we don't know some of it. We're pretty naive.
Yeah, we haven't listened to the mainstream.
Yeah,
stuff.
you're not missing anything.
Okay.
We've been talking to producers and TV about doing a reality show, doing what we do, which is life coaching, right? So doing this one-on-one stuff. And I really, honestly, I believe in a lot of these conspiracy theories. They're true. But in a lot of ways, it's just a hot mess out there. And everybody's trying to figure things out. And so it's not as organized as you think it is. It's just a lot of people trying to do what they're doing. And the kind of shows that they're presenting on TV are just the shows that have high ratings. And unfortunately, what's going on is people want that low vibrating stuff right now. So it's up to us to reject it in the new. And the TV people, they're not that brave. They don't want to take a lot of risks that might not go over so well. But I think there's going to be a big shift. I mean, you look at somebody like Gary Vee, right? He's got this huge following of people where he's just carrying around a camera all the time. That kind of thing is going on. So the TV industry, the ratings, people are dropping cable. Your generation, your guys' generation is not signing up for cable. You're watching things on your...
It's amazing.
YouTube, Netflix.
Yeah, I love YouTube. I'm addicted to good teachers.
Yes.
My thing.
Speaking of go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say speaking of teachers, I know that's avenue moving forward regarding not only just teaching but revolutionizing teaching. Like, I know personally one of my dreams is to have that X-Men Institute with teaching people how to use their powers and revolutionizing high school from the gate. So you're learning astrology and how it applies with math and English from the get-go.
I love that. I love that so much. And I don't know if it's possible to revolutionize the school system, but to make your own school, kind of poach all the kids from the other schools. I think that's amazing. Well, I know every kid would want to go to, an X-Men type school, a magical school, a Hogwarts.
Catch them while they're young. Catch them while they're young. You're going to do it.
It's really,
you're absolutely going.
I really love that you're saying that. Tanya Cameron in the comments said, I love you so much. You guys make me want to be vegan now. Sorry. Yes. It's great.
Wait, what?
No, she said, OMG, you make me want to be vegan. You two are magic.
Yeah. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you.
It'll make you feel really good. It'll make you feel really good.
It'll be one of the best decisions of your life.
Just think of the fact that you don't want to pay to have animals tortured and that you want to be a sexy bitch. Those two things will keep you dialed in. It'll keep you dialed in. You'll never have to worry about weight. It'll just come off. Don't diet. Jesus, don't diet. Just don't diet. Make sure you follow. I saw, Mike, thank you, that you posted our links to Facebook under this. Yeah. Make sure you guys follow us on that because, from time to time, every product that we come out with is to help people, to elevate. So we do appreciate the support.
Yes, and we're so happy you had us on, Mike. We're really excited to talk to you.
This school that you're going to have. See, don't you be stupid with your financial decisions. You go make your money and start putting that plan together because you were smart enough to pull off. It is your school. Your school is amazing. Kids from all over the world are coming. They're signing up.
Manifest that shit.
I'm glad I have your blessing because things have been accelerating faster than expected. But let's ask each other questions. We'll play the would you rather, or we'll take.
Okay, would you rather go to war with all fire signs or all earth signs?
Go to war?
Yeah.
Rather go to war with all fire or all earth?
Yeah. Which
oh
one?
My gosh, I don't want to lose, so I would have to go with all fire. I mean,
Earth is pretty dangerous.
Yeah,
though.
I feel like Earth would be more strategic. Fire would probably just, go right for it, and Earth would be like all creepy and
fire though,
attack in the night or something.
Aries and Sag are pretty vicious.
I think I would stick with fire too.
Okay.
Yeah, Earth would be way more strategic, but fire trumps Earth. It's like a fire Pokemon against a Earth Pokemon. Like
I don't know any of that. I don't know.
The fire would just burn the Earth down regardless.
Okay.
Would you rather be? I wrote a bunch down, so I'm gonna ask them all to you. Would you rather be stuck in an elevator for 2 hours with 10 Tauruses or 10 Geminis?
Oh my God!
2 hours, and it's tight.
I swear to God, like if 10 Geminis were stuck, like we'd be laughing the whole time. Like 10 is way too much, so I think we'd
probably talking over each other.
It'd be like 40 Geminis in the elevator, but yeah. If I was with Taurus, like half of the Tauruses will just be like chilling, reasonable.
Yeah.
I have a Taurus rising too, like I'll be like, mind your business, like it's on chill. But if it was all Geminis, like we would all at some point just keep talking. And when Geminis get together, like some portals open, and then we all just start channeling. It's kind of weird in a great way, but yeah.
Yeah, I'd want to be entertained.
I don't have many Gemini friends. I have never had that many Gemini people around in my life. I dated a Gemini, but he had a Scorpio moon, so he wasn't a regular Gemini.
Oh, what about this Gemini? Hey, I got the cap.
Yes.
Would you rather have sex with a double Leo or a double Scorpio?
Oh my God. This is important because
Yes to the Leo.
this is important because Leo and Scorpio are the two things I have sex with yet. This is very relevant. I think you in Capricorn. I've never had, okay. Oh, this is not fair. I can choose between the two. Honestly, and I don't mean to be biased right now, but I feel like the double Leo would have like the passion. I have a Mars in Aries, so I feel like the double Leo would actually be way more exciting, and well, definitely. But the double Scorpio would be really like intense and whatnot. But I mean, I like more the fun. But see, I've never had sex with Leo or Scorpio, so I know I would not know what the hell I'm getting into, but it would be fun. It would be super fun. So the Leo for sure.
Okay, good. Okay. Here, you ask us a couple questions.
No
Then
problem.
we'll ask some more.
So this isn't per se a would you rather, but what are your signs of preference? If you were dating someone and you looked at their chart, what would be some stuff you see that's like a no-no and some, oh, okay. I like that.
I would never want to date someone with an Aquarian moon.
Oh, shots fired! Shots fired! Damn.
I've had sex with and sort of dated a Leo before, but I've never dated a Leo really. So I'd like to try to date a Leo man. I think it was with Alyssa.
Straight. I'm bisexual.
I'm as straight as it comes. She's bisexual. She almost married a lesbian.
The surprises get better and better. Why are you so amazing? Why are you so amazing? Like, what the hell?
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Oh, I don't think I've dated a Sagittarius either. I like the fire signs. I would like to date the fire signs in the sun.
She's really good with the fire signs too. Every fire person listening, if you don't have a Libra as your best friend, what are you doing? They just support you. They offer nothing but support. And, you know, when we get a little like too aggressive, they can
balance you
out. They
out.
don't tell us to be quiet, but they just sort of
manipulate in a really nice way for the betterment of humanity.
Oh, did you say that one more time?
What?
Did you say that one more time?
Yeah, Libras manipulate you but in a nice way for the betterment of humanity.
But every group dynamic, it needs every group.
You heard it from her, not from me. You heard it from her. Okay.
It's true. It's true.
What about you? Who would you date preference-wise?
Well, okay, let me just preface this because I don't want anybody to think, oh, she hates whatever. Everything is energy. So we're all just infused with these like energy vibrations, right? And it's our job to get like, you know, to pull it together, you know, to not like just give in to whatever energy it is. So the energies that don't vibe with mine, which are completely, you know, subjective. I mean, you know, obviously I'm biased as hell. We all are because of our own energies. So I dig the air signs except for the Aquarian, just because it's my opposer. It's not me against them. I like them, but
they just don't like her. They just
like
don't really like her. I don't know why.
Any Aquarians on the call?
I dated an Aquarian man and he did not like my mom, and that's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker for me.
So I like Geminis and Libras for sure. Fun. And I love other Leos because I feel like I'm a cub when I'm around them. I'm like, yeah, like we love to tackle, we love to punch.
My dad is a Sagittarius. They were together for 24 years, so that was really good.
That was a good match.
And then the lesbian that she almost
and I like Aries too.
Had a ton of Capricorn in her. So that was not good.
It was
not
fun
with a Leo.
Like the sex is intense, that, you know, Capricorn is steady and sturdy, and, you know, they have ambitions and they're responsible. A lot of things that I really appreciate.
But they're too boring
over
for a fire sign.
you know, over time, it just wasn't enough, you know. I need a little something.
What about you? What positions do you prefer and what don't you?
And I love the water signs too.
Yeah, I've dated a lot of water signs, and I've dated all three of the water signs. I had intense relationships with all of them, and it's intense. But I love them. I love all the water signs.
I personally, I want to have like 5 relationships, one on each coast. I'm in a vow of celibacy. I just wanted to dedicate myself to myself.
Another spiritual practice that's been beneficial, especially for both of us, because we're just so into love, you know. We love and
we bring everybody in. Oh, you need our help? Okay.
And we'll help you. Sometimes their energy is just, their vibration is just not at the same point. But I interrupted. What were you going to say? What?
I'm loving it.
Okay, you go. Which ones would you like to date, or did you say date, or did we just make that up?
Date.
Okay. And which ones would you not?
Well, I didn't want to listen to that before. I've realized the importance of not like marrying or really being too serious before your Saturn return. And in my case, like, I'm a super late bloomer. So Saturn was just like, I'm not even going to let you date until you're 30. Saturn's a real dick to me because it's in Capricorn and I'm Gemini. But yeah, like, I don't have Libra energy in my chart. I don't have Leo energy, Sagittarius. I don't have like that whole outer quadrant. So you know, those energies I very much so admire. All the stuff that I don't have, all the stuff that I have, I'm familiar with. But it's great that you asked. Like, Jupiter is in my 5th house, so I'm starting to actually date for the first time ever. I didn't really do it in high school, and like it's showing me like I could realistically, astrology has shown me how amazing every sign is. So like, even though I have my preferences, like I like Libra and Sagittarius way more than I'd probably like Scorpio and Taurus, but I could usually see how each placement, it helps me appreciate each placement and actually see the love because of karma involved. So now that I know the purpose of it, but you know, still I'm gonna really be excited if I see like a Venus in Aries or Venus in Capricorn or Jupiter in Gemini. It's hard to name any specific aspects, like I just said, because like there's so many that there's aspects that I wouldn't normally like, but somebody might pull it off because like the energy is so, since we all have moon signs, that just changes everything. And what do you feel about that too? Like as far as your moon sign versus your sun sign, like how do you connect to your moon and other people's moons?
Mama Mickey's moon is crazy.
Especially with her fire sun and her fire moon. It's like she cannot hold
I'm an Aries.
anything back.
I'm an Aries moon, and it reacts very quickly. So, you know, I have a lot of energy, sun, and my Aries moon. So I obviously have those same elements. I'm consistent as a person. I don't have this confusion that some people have when they're very different. So I got that going for me. So my signs aren't so different that it brings confusion. I would say that the cardinal energy helps my fixed energy, and I don't know, it just feels cohesive.
It's cool. It's powerful. It's really
and I
powerful.
had to learn that. I had to learn, like, I'm a powerful motherfucker, and I know that. Any job that I took on, I always was promoted right to the leader.
Wow.
And I could handle a couple hundred employees and keep everybody like on their toes constantly.
Still have energy.
And double the numbers of the previous manager. Intense, just a lot of intensity, great leadership abilities. But what I learned too is that I kind of thought that I was overbearing. I didn't embrace those qualities because I didn't understand astrology to the degree I do now. And that's why we really need to reach these young people with astrology and the science of astrology. You know, we just talk about astrology. It took me years to find the science of astrology that I really could understand, and now I can explain it to somebody on a napkin, the science of astrology. You know, I can explain Vedic science and Western, and a lot of astrologers out there, I would venture to say, can't do that, which is a shame. We all need to learn how to do that. We can talk about that in a minute, but how about your moon?
You're something that I call my Leo Reserve yin yang apprentice, where you sun in one polarity, as opposed to as like purely like time.
Yeah, that's her.
Oh yes. So yeah, with my sun and my moon, I think that I romanticize everything.
With her moon
in
Cancer.
So my moon in Cancer, and then my Libra sun, everything's romantic, everything's beautiful. You know, I love children.
We go for walks
animals.
And we're like, oh.
We sing a little. Nature I love. I think of my life as a fairy tale. I really do. So I think that my moon, you know, it kind of keeps my emotions in there a little more.
She does not let her emotions
expressive,
out, really.
Especially if I don't trust someone, then I won't really. It protects me. It has that shell like around my emotions.
Yeah. And she's not overly emotional. And I don't know.
People think Cancer is emotional, but it's not. It's psychic. Yeah, it's a good keyword, especially for those watching. Like, in my skits, I will always make Cancer out to be a crybaby, but it's because I'm an asshole. But Cancer is psychic before emotional. That's like a good keyword. So
Okay.
yeah. And holy soul.
It's a really beautiful moon position.
I really love it. I do. I remember a lot. I remember almost everything. But it's not, I don't hold on to things. Like, I see the beautiful parts in everything. So
That's
I think,
Libra
I think maybe if I had like a Scorpio sun, it might be different. It would be different. Sorry, I can't hear you. What?
I'm sorry, your progressed sun is probably there now in your chart, which would be interesting if you ever get your progress reading done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember things, but I make them beautiful. Like, you know, even my parents got divorced when I was in high school.
Oh, and get this. I got divorced the year Pluto went into my house.
Bam. There you go.
How insane is that? Yeah.
Crazy.
Like right away. Yeah.
We look back on really important dates in our life, and it's crazy that when I became famous as soon as it became 2012. Isn't that when?
No way. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. So that was a big one. I love looking at astrology.
We journal. We call our journal our spell books. And if you journal, or anybody out there listening, when you write your Facebook statuses, when you jot things to friends, remember every single thing you write down is a spell. So don't be writing, negative things down. Oh, I'm so tired. Don't do that. Don't write that. Don't capture that. Oh, I'm so depressed. Don't write that down. Instead change that, because those are spells that you are truly casting. And we're powerful. The reason that people called me the world's worst mother is because when I divorced my husband and came out, it was not his idea. It was mine, even though he did some things that kind of caused that action by me. I beat myself up and called myself the world's worst mother
for years,
every day, because I lived in a house. I lived in a little tiny studio that I could afford. It was only half a mile away from the family's home. But I did that, to be able to come out, so the kids wouldn't have to leave their home. She was 15. But I just felt so guilty that I made that decision. And then
she
3 years later.
So it's the same with, saying
3 years later.
You have anxiety and you're anxious all the time. And okay, then you're going to have an anxious life.
It's going to multiply and multiply and multiply. One of the things that we do in our coaching is we watch what are they saying? It's the biggest indicator as to their state of mind. What are they saying? Because if you can really get them to understand that they are continuing to perpetuate the problems, they're programming themselves, basically.
Yeah.
I have more.
More fun questions.
Would you rather comfort a Cancer for an evening, or help a Virgo organize their closet?
Oh my God, kill me now. Jesus Christ.
All night. You gotta comfort that Cancer all night.
Oh, nice. Give me the Virgo. Give me the Virgo. Give me the Virgo.
Okay.
Honestly, if I try to comfort a Cancer, like, this is what I can't do water, unfortunately. Like, one thing with air and water is like it's a love-hate thing. Like, we have this bad habit of like saying certain things that are like insensitive, and we'll think it's cool. We'll think we didn't even like offend them, but then the Cancer or the Scorpio is just like, oh, your words just cut through my heart. And it's like, we can try and comfort Cancer, but we probably do an even worse job. Like, every time Gemini tries to, they just go to Scorpio, because it's like, oh, he doesn't even understand. But yeah.
One of the things that we need to do is stop getting offended. And I understand, because I've got some Cancer up in me, and my Mars is in Scorpio, so I understand
is what people think.
I understand that that being offended, but we got to knock that off. We have to just look at ourselves.
Air signs understand how to remove ourselves from our emotions.
But we cause problems for ourselves when we take something in so seriously. And if we can just look at it and go, oh, well, that really hurt my feelings.
And then move away. Why does that hurt my feelings?
And a good way to practice this, see, we all need to evolve and not just say, well, because I'm a Cancer, I'm this way. Go get the cord if you would.
Can I ask you a question? Because I came to a startling realization, and it was the greatest epiphany ever. And it gave me so much compassion now. I know that there's like evil forces and stuff, but like I realized majority of people, it's not so much that they're like, because I really understand people knew better, they would do better. Like majority of people, let me watch the generalized statements I say. Mm-hmm.
1 second, I'm just gonna grab the cord. Keep talking.
The majority of people are stupid. Like I didn't understand when Virgo.
Spoken like a Gemini.
I was like, oh, okay, it's not that they're bad. They're just stupid. And I was like, okay, that's so narcissistic and like, you know what I'm saying? Very dismissive. And then it was like, but then, you know, I've seen Virgo relentlessly try and prove this wrong. Like, no, people aren't stupid. We just need to teach them. And then Virgo is just like, and Gemini, see, as a Gemini, I can do stupid too. Like I can be sorry, I can be stupid, but it's like, wow, like, it pains me to say this. It pains me to say this, but like, there's so many dumb people, and it's like,
you know, they can't help it. They don't know any better. They just don't know any better. And we, as spiritual teachers, it's our responsibility.
And it is their parents' fault, partly. You know, it is society's fault. They're so stupid. They are. We've had to go through that. You know, for a while, I was like, I hate everyone. I hate everyone. But now I'm like, okay, you know. Another thing that we believe is, you know, that we're all connected. Since we all are energy, we're all connected. Everything's connected to each other. So one of the things for a while when we first learned it, it was like, you are me and I am you. Right?
Yeah.
So I was like, what? I don't want to be that guy. So I'm not that guy. You know, I had to kind of remove myself. But yeah. So yeah, it is just a tiny little piece of you.
It's really a reflection. That's why we all need to like do our part in teaching. You know, just expecting somebody to know better, have to work on ourselves and move out of that space of being so tender and you know, the water signs may disagree with me a little bit, but it would serve them well to here's some practice. You're watching a movie and you're watching a movie during a really tender scene, like the kids dying and the parents crying over them, you know, and you're like, and it's intense and it's sad. Look at yourself and then pull yourself back. Go, oh, you're really sad. And pull yourself out. And it's a way to build strength in yourself, to build, to gather that air quality that you don't have, you know, the fire and the water. We're very emotional. Well, so is Earth. Earth can be very emotional too.
They can.
They get emotional over money, food, and if they can't manipulate you. But yeah.
What?
Money, food, and if they can't manipulate you, they'll get in their feelings. Like, you can't control this person, and you're talking to water, Vicky. So it's like, you gave stellar advice, but the water sign is just looking at you like, look at her trying to talk to us about emotions. And
I have a Cancer rising, so I feel everything.
You're right.
I feel everything.
Water. I would like to see.
I have a Mercury in Cancer, so I'm a very tender person. It's taken me years to get to the point of understanding that I don't need to be emotionally handicapped. So I'm speaking from a place of knowledge and wisdom, not from a place of not having any empathy. I have empathy.
No, you do. I'm just
depressed there's a way to train yourself and teach yourself to pull out of that space. So
water signs are stubborn. They're just gonna be like, you're right though. Like everything you're saying is absolutely right. And
well, people, it's like a water sign holding on to their emotions, like a, you know, whoever holding on to their depression. Someone else holding on to, well, my mom was mean to me when I was little, and so that's why I'm the way I am. You know, it's the same thing as I'm an emotional person, and I can get mad whenever I want. You know,
we have a choice to evolve into this powerful force. Think back to the Greeks. They were amazing. Like the Olympics started with them. They wanted to be the most incredible human force of nature that they possibly could be, with the wisdom, with the knowledge, with the athletics. And look at us now.
oh,
I mean, really.
No,
really.
That's
take some personal responsibility, you know, to grow. And I do have compassion on people, but everybody is capable. Everybody is capable. I'm capable of so much more. You know, I'm have big goals for myself, and we all should.
That's one thing I really love about both of y'all. Like you really do embody that masculine, the masculine and light energy principle. Because you mentioned something that's important. It's a trap for the more darker signs. Like sometimes we can hold on to our darkness because we feel we gain a sense of power from it. And I really noticed the shade. Like a lot of people will throw shade on Leo or Libra because they're positive, and that's it. And it's like it's literally chipping away at other people's negativity, and they want to hold on to it. Like they want us to be negative. And I see that very much as warfare spiritually.
You know, for me, when we had all of those millions of blogs and, you know, millions upon millions of comments on those blogs, it was tough for me. And what ended up happening is that I strengthened myself, and now I have a much better sense of humor about it all. And developing a sense of humor is critical. If somebody calls your daughter a whore and you can laugh about it, it's a lot easier than getting mad about it.
Yeah.
So when you
can laugh when someone calls your daughter
yes,
a whore.
ha, ha, ha. Because they don't know. I don't have to take it so personally. I don't have to embrace all of that. One of the negative signs, you know, the negative energies, if they're throwing shade my way, now I can just laugh, whatever. You don't like it, that's okay. It's not a big deal, and it really won't faze me as much. When I was a younger Leo, it would affect my pride.
And again, if everyone knew astrology, wouldn't get offended, and they would think everything was funny. Oh my gosh, Mike is just being a Gemini right now, or you know, his Taurus rising is killing me. Come on, let's go. You know, if we all understood each other, it would just be really funny, and we would love each other. And we wouldn't have to, you know, judge or hold on to things or get offended at someone's reaction to your life.
There's a reason that this beautiful science, the greatest of all sciences, has been minimized into a little tiny thing in the newspaper that doesn't really mean anything. It is the most powerful wisdom and knowledge that we possess. It's critically important. And you know, I read some old scripture that said it's really not for everybody, and you're really not supposed to share it with everybody. And to me, I thought, wow, here I am, such an evangelist, you know, about all things that can help people. But there was some wisdom to that. You can't really push it on anybody that's not willing to understand. You know the science behind it. Present the science, and then leave it.
That's why also very wise. Not reveal your whole the world. People in weaknesses. 12th house. But I hate to end this. Like I could honestly talk to y'all like for another 2 hours. But I guess before we close, like for the people watching, could you could you more summarize what it is spiesgirls.com is, and how can people reach you if they want? Maybe do you do any readings, or and what is the final word of encouragement for light workers, dark workers, people?
Tell people how they can get us, and I'll give the final word.
Okay, good. I love that. So spiesgirls.com. It's in the link below. Correct.
Spell it like spies.
Spelled like spies. We do have a Skype call for 500, but that is going away at the beginning of this month. April 1st, that won't be available anymore. And after that, we have, you know, $100,000 house call where we'll go to your home and we will revamp your life, create a magical life for you.
We're decorators and organizers too, so we,
as well as all the spiritual intense
I want to
work.
hide all those cords behind you every time I see you.
So if you do want a session with us, you know, if you just want the Skype session, we can do that, but you have to go and get it now. You have to get it before April 1st. But you can still get in contact with us on our fan pages. Mickey Spies, Spies Girls, Mickey like Mickey Mouse, Sydney Spies, Sydney Elizabeth Spies.
But it's M-I-K-I. Yeah.
And those are in the link below too. And we post a lot of live feeds there. We give a lot of knowledge away over there. You know, we have Vimeo home videos that you can get. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything now.
The men's.
Oh yes, and
for
the men that are watching, we're coming out with an amazing product as soon as Venus comes out of retrograde. It's going to be full of her book that she's already written.
It's a sex book.
It is a sex book.
From a bisexual woman's perspective. And Mr. Mikey Mike,
make women worship you.
You got it. You're gonna want this because you're gonna have so much secret knowledge about the woman.
Especially since you're starting dating now, you're gonna need it. It's gonna have 100
dating ideas.
Date ideas.
Oh, thank you. I need that. I need that so much.
What gifts to give.
Gift ideas, holidays. So it's coming out as soon as Venus comes out of retrograde. So yes, you're gonna want it. All the men, you're gonna need it. It's gonna be pretty affordable.
Yeah, no, please. I'll buy that ASAP as soon as it comes.
Yeah, every man.
Good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yes.
So my words of encouragement are, I wrote a book called Fashion a Fairy Tale, an inspired methodology for manifesting fantasies.
Yay!
And book 1 is called Self-Centered. Chapter 1 of this book is Self-Centered Bitch. We have to come into an understanding that we are our experience. And self-love is the most important thing that you can develop for yourself. You must develop intense, beautiful. Not everybody has this. I understand. Not everybody has a supportive person in your life that's there for you and that you do business with. And I get that. Your own best friend. As trite as that sounds, every day wake up and say whatever. For a long time, I was saying, because we'd moved to a new country, I was starting a new business, I didn't feel very supported. And in this book, I talk about what I would call myself. I would wake up and I would say, I'd look in the mirror and I'd say, you are a badass motherfucker. Every day I told myself that. And it built me up. Now I don't say that anymore. Now I just say, you are the queen of the universe, or whatever, right?
Even better.
But give yourself an affirmation for a period of time to really build yourself up and reprogram yourself so that you know how vital your well-being is to this trip that we're taking, this game that we're playing, this experience we're having. Don't allow it to be depressing. Don't allow it to be sad. Don't allow it to be anything other than grand. Because you can make it that
your
way.
life.
You manifest it. We love you, buddy. We think that the best of you, and anybody that's watching this from our shares, make sure that you go and you subscribe to Peace Dealer, and then he's also on a channel called Astrology as Magic Mike. His information may freak you out a little bit if you haven't gone deep, but it'll expose you to some new thought that you need. So, yeah, thanks for having us, buddy. It's been great.
Thank you. That's our first meeting.
Mike, why?
Mm.
And I'm very grateful. Still starstruck. And yeah, y'all stay blessed. Make sure you guys hit up their website and their Facebook pages. I love the whole Bitch House Productions themes as well. That boldness speaks volumes. So yeah, thank you one and all for tuning in. Everyone in the chat section loved y'all, so I'm very grateful for this. Till next time.